That hurt.
All right. Jokingly, I was going to say, speaking of a drunk's mouth, but no, I can't even say that jokingly because I have no idea her tolerance on alcohol.
Yeah, Cindy Parlocone. Still love that accidental clip where she says, "I don't
jizz."
I
really would love to remember what she was saying.
Right.
That jizz was what we popped up on. I'm like,
and when it happened, even when you backed it back up and replayed it.
Yeah.
Jizz. What the hell did she just say?
I love the it was, people would probably look at that going like, that was staged.
No, it wasn't.
It was just like, oh, do you want me to go to 1042? Okay, click. Jizz. I'm like, oh my God. Just look at our expressions. That was legit.
Exactly. Totally legit. So. She said, as we look to the future, we want soccer to be the most accessible sport in the country. We want every person who wants to play, every coach who wants to teach, and every referee who wants to to officiate.
Get their nuts bit.
Yeah, to have a clear and supported pathway to do so. Another pathway. Oh, I'm so tired of this marketing language. We are making investments to do just that. Okay, fine. But I don't know. A lot of people were upset with this because
make it. If you want to make it accessible, make sure that the teams that develop these players get paid their development fee whenever those players make it big.
Yep.
I'm looking at this with Jack now. I'm like, geez, am I going to be throwing him into a travel team, or do I let him play for a lesser club and then just offset his training with an establishment? There's a place down the street over in Westfield that he can go and just do training, and it'd be overall significantly cheaper than doing a travel.
Fumar says just end pay to play and no need to release press statements. Yeah, again, we've talked about this here. If you just ended pay to play tomorrow, it would fuck everything up completely in this country. It's not just something you can do overnight. It would have to be a long-term transition away from it, where every year you had to add another player that was, say, on scholarship and didn't have to pay. Not have to be one player every year until you're up to 10, 11, 12, 13 players on scholarship, 14, 15. And now these clubs got to figure out a way to make money from their development, right? Or else they blunder and fall away. Or maybe there is no local Noblesville soccer club in Noblesville, Indiana, because they can't afford it to have a Noblesville soccer club in Noblesville, Indiana. And that would be tragic. So
I think taking relative baby steps first and foremost, start removing some of the regulations of travel. So in order to have a travel team, you like if I were to say I'm working with, let's just say I'm working with Noblesville United to do some training and development. You know, I do actually offer a free training day for any of the U10 players who want to come out right now, because I'm only focusing really on Jackson's age group right now.
Right.
And we have them come out. We do bare bone basics, because watching some of the players, it's just like it's clear that there's gaps in their education when it comes to the sport itself.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, dribbling and passing, that should have been done. You should have had that down years ago. But here we are. Yeah. So if I were to say working over there, doing some trainings and stuff like that, and I get 15 kids who really want to do travel, but don't want to go pay the exorbitant rates over at Indy Premier or Carmel, all the DA clubs and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, hey, I don't mind. You don't have to pay me anything. I mean, I'll coach a team on whatever.
I got a job.
But
yeah.
The problem is, Noblesville United, in order to have a travel program, you have to have a minimum 4 teams. So I couldn't just take a group of 15 to 18 kids and just jump into a travel league.
Yeah, you need different programs. Yeah.
So I mean, there's just rules, red tape everywhere.
That's bullshit. That is a bullshit rule. They need to end that. If all you want to do is run 10-year-olds, you should be able to run 10-year-olds. That's bullshit. You shouldn't be forced to have a 13-year-old and a 9-year-old or an 8-year-old squad too. That's bullshit.
Yeah,
that's just bullshit.
If I want to start running a travel team at U10 and end up taking that team all the way up through high school and stuff like that, I should be able to do that regardless if I have 3 other travel teams behind me.
Maybe your expertise is in a certain age group.
Yeah.
Or maybe you're perfect. Who knows? But it doesn't matter. Let's say your expertise is in that, 8, 9, 10 group. You should be able to put together a travel team, and you shouldn't have to be forced to have an 8 team, a U8 team, and a fucking U13 team too. How fucking stupid is that? Like, that's your expertise area. They should accept you with open arms and say, yeah, you're an independent. We're bringing you in and you're doing it for free anyhow. Right? I mean,
that's a rule and regulation for not Nobles United by any means, but that's a rule and regulation for the United States.
It's
not just Indiana. It's
a stupid rule.
It is a regulation foisted down, and the idea behind it really is to try to obtain some level of stability between clubs, so that way players aren't necessarily having to shuffle about as much between club and club, but they do that anyways.
But what you're doing is giving the opportunity for kids who live in families that can't afford the inordinate prices of the big boy travel leagues, and saying, listen, you got a 9-year-old or a 10-year-old that wants to play and you don't have boku bucks. I'll still get it done for you. That's a crucial bullshit fucking regulation that U.S. Soccer needs to stop. Like, if you want to do it, do it. And okay, so what? You only did it for 4 years because that's all you had time for. Okay, well, whatever, So it's over. You still got your other, big pants leagues or teams and clubs that are going to continue to do it. So they give you a 2-year pass to do it. They shouldn't be that, crushed when you're like, well, I don't have the time to do it anymore because I was doing it for free, Anyhow. Yeah. Stupid rules. Absolutely stupid.
That's and I agree with Boomer. It'd be great if we got to a point where we could end the pay to play and everything was sort of compensated by not only just, the transfer of players, from into a professional setting, and you get that little kickback. On top of that, also, having corporate funds as well. But the reason it works in other countries and stuff, quite frankly, is that you still have different division leagues that you could start building up. So, we could have a 4th division team here and have at Noblesville. Let's just say Noblesville. Let's just take Noblesville here. We could have a 4th division team of adults playing, and they're at that point they're amateurs, but they're playing in a professional league. But you still have a developing path for these kids to go through.
Yep, exactly. Well, and that brings us to the other point in this thing, which is every coach who wants to teach. Fuck off. Have you seen the money you got to pay to get your licenses?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck all of you. That's not every coach, because guess what? Unless you start handing out a lot of scholarships, there are a lot of people who can't afford all the different licenses. They're expensive as hell. So that needs to stop too. It needs to be affordable and fair. So anyhow, it is what it is.
Well, and on top of that, in order to even coach at specific levels of just youth soccer, you have X license, whatever license it is for that level. And yeah, some clubs will offer to pay for it and looking at it as an investment in that sense, but it's just another red tape. It's another hurdle to jump over in order to develop a fucking sport.
Too expensive, frankly.
Dumb.
All right, moving on from Cindy.
That hurt.